Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. One of the things that I just saw when I was watching TV, and again, you'd think all I do is watch TV, and I don't, but on Sunday mornings, it gives me a chance to pick up some things to pass on to you. And one of the new developments in technology is, and I saw it, that now you can buy this device, I guess it's sonar oriented, that will emit a sound in the water that will attract the fish. Now, I've come on here and I've given you reports about all the sounds that can ruin your fishing, that can scare the fish away, whether it's your trolling motor, dropping an anchor too loud on the bottom, wading in without being careful. So many things that sound actually turns the fish off, makes them aware, makes them wary, makes them swim away. But now they've come up with a sound that attracts fish. And you can buy one of these devices and it will emit this frequency in the water. It's kind of like you buy like a rattle trap. Some of these rattle baits that you get, and the manufacturers feel with their discovery and their experimentation and so forth, that the certain rattles will make a fish curious and want to come and find out what's making the noise and hit the bait. And I guess it's kind of that same type of theory that goes into the design of lures that's gone into this whole thing. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like us going fishing. We don't know if there's fish there or not. Maybe we're on shore or whatever. And so we throw out a whole bunch of chum. And that chum starts dispersing in the water, and the fish smell it. And they smell it, and they come after it because it smells like something they want to eat. And it makes them hungry. Well, this is kind of the same thing. Instead of spreading out something that appears to their sense of taste, we're putting out something that appeals to their sound, their sense of hearing. And I think this is really interesting. What really comes of this to me is how much farther can we go in making and giving us the advantage over these poor populations of fish. Lures are made more effective. Boats are made more effective. We've got graphs that show us the fish. And now we've got something that emits a sound that makes them come running to find out what sounds so good. Boy, I don't know how the fish survive sometimes. I know I'm being overly simple here, but it really is amazing where fishing has gone. We've talked about forward-facing sonar and what it does, but here's what it really does. It not only do you see the fish in front of your boat, you see what direction it's swimming. You can watch how it reacts to the bait that you throw out. So what does that do? Not only makes you be able to catch more fish because you can see them, find them, whatever, but in the same sense, it can make you fish with your lures in a different way. If you see the fish coming towards your lure and you're doing something with the lure and it turns the fish off and he goes the other way, you know that you got to do something different. You got to fish that lure differently. And so I don't know. It just amazes me how far we're coming. It just every year there's more and more ways to make you catch more fish. And when we talk about ice fishing, and I talked about it in the beginning of the year, and unfortunately this year the ice situation has been so unstable and really been dangerous that an awful lot of ice fishing has gone by the wayside this winter. But one of the things I talked about was the new developments in all the ways that can make us be able to ice fish in a better way, from the tents that are so much warmer and all the visuals that we can see and find the fish. It makes it so that somebody can go out and spend 24 hours straight fishing the same area and theoretically have the opportunity to decimate that population of fish under them. And I think this is something we really have to be aware of. Fishing is different than it was when I was a kid. It's probably different than it was when you were a kid because things are changing so quickly that I think we have to be aware that how did the population survive? I know out in Minnesota, a lot of the biologists and the DEC out there are really concerned with the impact that ice fishing is now having on the population of fish. It's really, they're taking an awful lot more fish. And so, again, how do the fish have a chance? That's really what this report is about. It amazes me. I think of my ways of going fishing, wading, having nothing but but my legs, my boots, and a single fishing rod and a couple lures, and that's my fishing experience. And I compare it to what is going on with these people that have enough money to have one of these bass boats and all the equipment that goes with it. Wow. It really is an amazing change. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.